our Seaside Band. Woohoo! Hello, how are you? I'm Reverend Debbie McDonald. It's my joy to be with you this morning. Come on in from the social hall, have a seat. Glad you've made it here on this Labor Day weekend. I know a lot of people are off doing all kinds of end of the summer stuff, but we're glad you made a decision to come here and be here with us. We have a beautiful Sunday planned for you. I heard these two beautiful ministers first service, and I'm looking forward to hearing them again. I want to remind you that everything that you need to know is at Seaside-Center.org. What's happening, go to the What Happening page and you'll see everything that's happening. But I want to remind you that fall classes are getting ready to begin. Dr. Christian will be back next Sunday, and his class starts, I think, the week after that. And so his foundations class is Tuesday nights in person here at Seaside. And I'll be teaching on Monday evenings one of the new classes, Journey of the Soul, but that'll be online. So, without any more discussion, I just want to invite you to stand for the Congregational Song. Thank you. Good morning. So you'll get it. You're going to sing that with us. And then there's echoes. I'm going to let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm going to let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. What's that? I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. After me, Spirit loves me. Spirit loves me. I know that. I know that. Spirit loves me. Spirit loves me. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. I'm gonna let love me now. I am worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Yeah. When I'm down, I turn to you. I turn to you. When I'm down, you pull me through. Yeah. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Gonna let love me now. I am worthy of this love. See?
All alone, feeling broken, I don't know where to go. Got a feeling if I'm willing, Spirit's opening the door. So I'm asking, passing time while I'm crashing in the last sad gasp of confusion. And it's slow, a little knowing that won't let go. Can't ignore it and you know I won't, cause it's flowing in the open. No more hoping now. Spirit holds my soul and says you gotta let me love you now. You are worthy of this love, so why not let me love you now? For you are worthy of this love. Yeah.
I surrender every little thing, I surrender, hear me sing, yeah. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I am worthy of this love. I am worthy of this love. Yes, I'm worthy of this love.
Yeah.
Woo! Very nice. Good morning, Seaside.
Good morning. Can I do Dr. Christian? I don't know if I quite can. Hi.
We'll do our best.
You know how he does that. Good morning, Seaside. Melissa, Phillippe, and Egloff. Pretty good, huh? Amazing. Yeah, great to have you. And Miss Carissa, I hear you have some news for us.
I always do every week, just dropping bombs. Well, this week I'd like to tell you that I am pregnant with my first baby.
Yes! Isn't that great?
Thank you for celebrating that with me. I'm so happy.
Yes, and we're very excited. I mean, it's not a great reason why, but they've pushed their move back a couple weeks, so we have you for a couple more weeks, right?
Today and next week I'll be guest artist, so
Yay!
get a little more time, and Spirit works on its own timeline, which I think Melissa and Z are going to spend some time talking to us about that today, but I 100% resonated with that speech in the first one. I was like, yeah, you can't plan.
Well, I'm so glad you're here.
So
I'm so glad you're here, and congratulations on the baby.
Thank you.
That's exciting.
I'm
yeah.
excited.
Good, thanks. Yes, Rebecca Jade is off on tour this week. I think she's with Sheila E. this weekend. I think she's got a couple gigs. And we have beautiful, beautiful guest ministers. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about them in a moment. But what I want to do now is I want to anchor us in prayer. We always like to start with that consciousness. So I'm going to invite up one of our brand new practitioners who we will officially be welcoming to our Seaside family. Our new practitioners on September the 17th, we'll be having the recommitment ceremony. And on Sunday the 19th, they'll be recommitting all of our practitioners here on stage. But for right now, let us go into prayer with Jessica Osborne.
It is my great pleasure to be here to begin this service in prayer this morning. Before I begin, we are going to light our candle, and we have our candle holder practitioner, Dana, here that's going to bring out the light, and I'm going to light it. This light represents, in essence, all that we really are is light. Next, I'm going to sound the gong. And as I do, I invite you to get still, center yourselves, close your eyes, and go into your peaceful space. There is a wondrous source of good that is moving in and through all of life. This source of good, it expresses itself everywhere in its fullness. It is the omnipresence of love, peace, joy, beauty, and abundance. And as this source of good is moving in and through all of life, I know this source of good is moving in and through me, as me. And so I know that this source of good is moving in and through and as everyone here today. Each and every one of us is a uniquely unified expression of the divine source that is God. And so I know that today is a good day. And today is a day that is filled with multiple blessings as we open up our minds and hearts and enter into the field of infinite possibilities. We become free to feel and know who we really are, which is loving, kind, beautiful, vibrant, joyful, peaceful, and prosperous, co-creators of life. And so it is with joy and celebration that we partake in this wonderful day today, and we listen to the divinely delightful messages of Mel and Z, and we partake also in the magnificent music that is being provided for us today. I just know that there is no other than the love and grace of God that is moving through each and every one of us today. It's a day of love. It's a day of joy. It's a day of God.
As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me, my heart is open, I am free. I open to all that is. It brings me to my knees. I surrender. I am peace. I surrender. I am peace. I surrender. I
Beautiful. Thank you, Melissa. Doesn't it feel good to start that way? It just kind of settles us down to be fully present right here and right now. Let go of everything that happened this morning or yesterday or during the week and allow yourself to just experience the God that is here right now. I want to welcome all of you. I want to especially welcome anybody who is here for the first time. If you have happened to come through our doors for the first time today, please know you're especially welcome. We do have a first-time visitor packages, which are at the double glass doors there where you came in. You can pick one up and take it home with you. Welcome to all of you that are watching online. It's so good to have you here. We love that you're watching us, whether you're on our website or YouTube or Facebook. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you here. We know that we have a family that stretches beyond our walls, and we're grateful to have you here. Dr. Christian will be back next week. Him and Callie and Trevor are making their way home. They're driving back from Montana, so they're taking a little time as they come back this week. But he will be here with us on Sunday. We're looking forward to that. And you're our singer next week, Carissa. Is that what I hear? Woo-hoo. Carissa will be here next week with Rebecca Jade. Yep. I think everybody will be here. Everybody will be back home. But today we have two amazing ministers who I like to call friends. They are Melissa Phillippe, Reverend Dr. Melissa Phillippe, and Reverend Z. Egloff. Now, they both went to ministerial school the same time I did. We're about the same journey through. But Melissa, I know from way before. I didn't know her, but she was a guest artist when I was sitting out in the pews here at Seaside, and she would come and she would sing. And I have a bunch of her CDs, and I always enjoyed her music. And I'm sure you remember her, Robin, when she was a singer, and Reverend Diane. I'm sure you remember her. And some of you that have been around Seaside for a while, you remember Melissa before she was a reverend and before she was a doctor. And one of the things that was really cool when we graduated is we all got our master's degree hoods, but Melissa got her Doctor of Music when we graduate. You're this beautiful baby blue. I really am jealous of that color of your hood. It's so pretty. But you know, they are just a joy and a treat, and you're in for a real treat today. You know, they are live up in Northern California, and they're on a road trip. They've got a mobile ministry, if you will, and so they've come down, and we're their first stop on their road trip. And they have a ministry. They merged their lives and they merged their ministries as they became ministers, and their ministry is Oh My God Life, and they've all got all kinds of wonderful stuff. It's a full ministry with music and videos and a cartoon thing, and you're going to hear more about that, but it's really great. So you want to sign up to follow them on Facebook, get on their mail list, check out their table outside when you go out there. But yeah, you're in for a treat. Their talk title today is Who You Gonna Call? Who You Gonna Call? And I'm gonna read today from actually the Daily Word magazine, which is Unity's magazine, their daily guide, similar to our Religious Science of Mind magazine, but it's the one that Unity puts out. And the reading today is Balance. With God, I live a life of balance. Work can be a fulfilling use of my talents and efforts. I may enjoy the challenge of growing in responsibility and using my ambition to accomplish great things. But if I work too much or for too long, my energy might start to wane and my thinking becomes dull and uninspired. Likewise, too much leisure time may rob me of my motivation and pull me into a spiral of inactivity. Spiritual practice becomes precious balance into my life. Through prayer, I touch eternity and feel the presence of God within. Through meditation, I focus my mind and feel calm and grounded. Through speaking affirmations, I claim divine ideas and act on inspiration. In gratitude, I find balance in God, the one presence and one power in my life. And so it is. God bless you. So glad that you're here today.
All right. Well, I don't get to offer as personal of an introduction because I just made friends with these lovely humans today, but what a privilege that has been. So let me introduce you formally to Reverend Z. Egloff. They are a cartoonist, spoken word artist, and award-winning author of the spiritual humor blog Life in ZD, a goofball's guide to enlightenment. I did a way better job of this in the first service. Let's try that again. Life in ZD, a goofball's guide to enlightenment, which sounds like a lot of fun, so I'm going to definitely check that out. Their wife, Reverend Dr. Melissa Phillippe, is a singer-songwriter and a teacher with 9 albums of original music in release. So I think maybe a prolific singer-songwriter and teacher would be appropriate here. Melissa and Z are the founders of Oh My God Life, an online and traveling ministry, and their mission is to bring radical joy into the world. And I know that you will experience that joy right now. You ready to give us the music?
Sure.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. What a joy it is.
Thank you, Carissa. Good morning.
Good morning,
And
Seaside.
good morning, y'all.
Good morning, y'all. We see you. We see you there. Okay, we're going to get started with music. All right, let's do it. So this is kind of like the first one. There's a call and response for y'all, but this time we're adding moves. Oh yeah, yeah. See, okay, I know, you got it. It's gonna be easy. If you get confused, watch Melissa, because she's the echo. And then you also want to sing along.
Yes, sing
Melissa.
with me, you'll get it.
Yeah, you'll get it, really. It's 11, you've had your coffee. All right. When I was a child, a little bitty baby child, I didn't believe in nothing. Faith is for suckers, I told myself. People who are weak, people who need help. But all around me, everyone would say, you gotta believe, you gotta pray. Believing in nothing ain't no way. Here's what you gotta do each and every day. You gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith. And then you gotta glorify. fortify your faith.
Oh, you've got to fortify, fortify, fortify your faith. You've got to fortify, fortify, fortify your faith. Yeah, yeah.
Time went on, and I grew up. I started to question. I said, what's up with my life, the world, the universe, and how things work? Why am I here? Tell me now, what's my worth? I started to notice synchronicities and a power beyond what I could see. Next thing I knew, I heard Spirit say, here's what you gotta do each and every day. You gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith, and then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith.
Oh, you've got to fortify, fortify, fortify your faith. Fortify, fortify, fortify your faith. You can do it. Make it stronger. Come on, pay attention. There's no need to wait. Fortify, 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 fortify your faith. Yeah. Fortify,
Yeah. Now I know. Now I see that faith is so much bigger than me. It starts in the heart and grows and grows. Where it stops, God only knows. So if you're down, if you're blue, remember that Spirit is bigger than you. Let it hold you, mold you, take you, shape you. And here is all you have to do. You gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith, and then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith. Oh yeah, you gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith, and then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith. Fortify your faith. Yeah. All right, y'all got moves here in Seaside.
Well done, y'all.
Yeah, you know how to move it. All right, well, we know you got Reverend Christian, so thank you to Reverend Christian for having us here, and thank you to Reverend Debbie for hooking it all up, and the band, and everyone who's been here today supporting It Takes a Village to run a Seaside, so we're grateful, and grateful for all y'all online joining us well. Hey, really fun to have y'all here with us as well. Okay, so fortify our faith. How do we fortify our faith? Well, who are you going to call? Spirit, right? We're going to call Spirit, and we're talking today about the I-thou relationship. Building a relationship with Spirit. Now, when I was a kid, I was told about this God character, and the God I was told about when I was a kid was a white, male, senior citizen, oldish, gentleman in the sky who occasionally went off his meds. Let's be real, right? And I was supposed to build a relationship with that dude? No, that's not going to happen. So how do we, as modern metaphysicians, how do we build a relationship with Spirit? What does that look like? Why should we do it? And what happens when we do? That's what we're going to talk about today. And Melissa is going to get us started. Melissa?
I am. When I was growing up, we went to church every single Sunday. Yeah. And I heard about one version of God there. And this God I heard about was outside of me. And it was that one that Z just described. That was the version of God I heard about. In the 6th grade, my parents decided to transfer me to a private school at that church. And then I went to church 6 days a week. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. Monday through Friday, every morning, we started school in the church with a service. And then I went on Sundays. Yeah. So I got to hear about this version of God a lot. And what started to happen, you're thinking 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, right? Started to think about, what do I think about what they're saying, right? That's what we do at that age. What do I believe is true that I've been being told? And I was hearing about this version of God, and it was this all-loving God who was going to send my best friend Donna Abrahams to hell because she's Jewish. What? Right? Okay. So like everything back then, what the response I had inside of me was rage. Rage was kind of my response to everything, but especially that. It made me so angry, this insanity. So much so, I will never really know how much that rage participated or contributed to my becoming a full-blown drug addict at the age of 13. And I turned completely away from anything spirit because I didn't want anything to do with that guy, right? So I just turned away my whole life. No spirit. Nothing. Now, the good news is, July 31st of this year, I just had my 32 years clean and sober birthday. Thank you. I know there's some of y'all here and there that, share that. So thank you. It is a big deal. And very soon after getting clean, I found metaphysics and centers for spiritual living. And there, I started hearing about this new version of God. It worked for me. This God that was everywhere present. All that is. All power, all presence, including right here in me. That really worked for me. Now, I still wasn't hearing about you, this God, this other God, and that really, really worked for me. Now, since then, Z and I have discovered that there's a philosopher, American philosopher, you may have heard of, Ken Wilber, and he has a theory of philosophy that is that there are 3 faces of God, of the divine. Face 1 is God as we, God as all that is. Everything is this power, this presence, this energy, whatever, all beyond all that. That's face 1. Face number 2 is God as I, me. If God is everywhere present, then it's right here. Right here. You've heard this before, I'm thinking. So God as I, God as I. And then there is a 3rd face of God that is God as you. That's the one I had deleted, right, from my life. But since including that version of God, I feel like I have a 3-dimensional relationship, a 3-dimensional experience of spirituality. So, how'd that happen? We started ministerial school. It was probably 15 years ago, and as Debbie had said, I've been around this movement for a long time. I was kicking and screaming. I was not having it. Spirit was telling me all along, go to ministerial school. No. And finally, I was like, okay, you're not going to shut up, so I'll go. So I did. And Z and I got together right around that time. Yeah. So during school, we did a class in which we had a guided meditation in which we sat in the presence of Spirit. It was really, really powerful for me. And one of the things that the guided meditation asked us to do was ask Spirit, what is the name you would have me call you? What is my personal name for you? And I heard loud and clear right in that moment, the all. It really, I wept. It was so powerful for me. So the next morning, I went for my walk, and as I am wont to do, I was praying on my walk. And instead of starting the way I had been starting for years, with there is only one power and one presence, and this power and this presence is right here where I am. Instead, this day, I said, good morning, the all. You are all that is. And I felt like my chest exploded or something. It was just this huge difference for me. It was really powerful. After quite a while of praying this way, it started to feel cumbersome to say the all every time I wanted to refer to God. Much shorter, God. The all. It just started seeming long. So one morning on my walk, I said, okay, the all, so I need to talk to you about this. Like, it's just feeling a little too much to say the all every time. And I know you said that's your name, but how about if I shorten it and I use the first letters of each of those and I call you Ta? And I heard laughter followed by, I do not care what you call me.
I'm meditating one day and I get this download. I get this download in meditation. Spirit says to me, okay, y'all about to start your ministry? You can approach your ministry in one of two ways. You can approach your ministry like you did getting Lucy, right? Doing it on your timeline. Had your idea, pushing forward, striving, even when it was difficult. And if you do that, it'll be okay. You know, you loved Lucy, right? It'll be okay, but it's going to bite from time to time. Or you can approach your ministry like you did every other cat you ever got, letting it happen on Spirit's time, letting it unfold organically. And if you do that with your ministry, it's going to go a lot better. Now, until I got this download, I never put that together. Now it's so obvious, right? But I never put that together, that Lucy was the one cat that I'd really kind of pushed ahead with, and she was the most difficult cat-staff relationship, right? So that was like, oh, wow, okay, well, that's interesting. And then, about 2 months after I got this download, Lucy died. Suddenly, unexpectedly, we're upstairs, we hear her downstairs having a seizure, she's gone in like 2 minutes, which was very much her speed, by the way, like sudden, unexpected moves, right? We found out she had a heart condition, nothing we could have done. So here we are. We're starting our ministry, and we've been given very specific instructions from Spirit. Now, we knew what don't push means. We're creatives. We're going to be making art and music and all that. But it meant the whole out in the world, letting this build, right? Don't push. Did we listen? Well, we were a little freaked out about money. Let's be real. Like, how's this all going to work? So we got on the phone, and by we, I mean Melissa. Melissa got on the phone and called some centers. Hi, this is Melissa Phillippe. Do you remember? Hi, great to hear from you again. Yes, well, I wanted to let you know, I'm a minister now. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I'm happy. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, I'm doing ministry with my wife, Z. A wife, I know. It surprised me too. I didn't have one of those before, yeah. Z is a minister as well. Z, just the letter Z. I know, it's kind of different, yeah. They are a minister as well. They. No, there's just one Z. No. Z identifies as gender rich, whole lot of gender going on, and uses they as a pronoun. Right. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, also a little different, I know. Anyway, I just was calling to let you know what we are doing. We have an online and traveling ministry. We're going out in the world. I'm still singing, of course, but Z has joined me, and Z does spoken word. Hello? Hello? It didn't go very well. That's the thing. Trying to push ahead and forge ahead and have us come. It didn't work. So about a year into our ministry, we finally said, we're ministers. Maybe we should listen to Spirit. Maybe we should surrender not 95%, but 100%, because there's a big difference between 95 and 100. Let's just let Spirit handle it. And little by little, not all at once, little by little, we started to get calls from people who'd heard about us and wanted us to come and asked us to do things that we thought we weren't going to do, like retreats and workshops. We're like, oh, we don't do that, but now Spirit's asking us through other people to do this, and we did it, and we're like, wow, we really like this. And then here we are, we're going out in the world, we're building our thing online, and then we go out in the world, and people would look at this whole structure and say, wow, I really love, your whole marketing business plan, and we'd be like, I know, right? It's not our idea. Spirit is so much smarter than we are, right? We're just following Spirit. And because of that 100% surrender, there's that metaphor about, you're driving along, you can only see the headlights in front of you. Sometimes you just have to have that level of trust, right? Where all you can see is just a little ways in front. Well, we couldn't even see that because we really didn't know where this was all going. We had to just straight up take our hands off the wheel and let Spirit drive. It was scary. It's still scary sometimes, but it works. So at the same time all this surrendering's going on, I'm visiting my parents in Ohio. Melissa's out shopping, runs into a friend who says, hey, by any chance, do you want a cat? And Melissa said, well, matter of fact, yeah, we kind of, we don't have a cat right now. And so Melissa sends me a picture when me in Ohio, and I look at this picture and I said, I think that's our cat. She said, I know, right? And then later that night, I get a download from Spirit and says, that cat's name is Max. And as we've established now, I like to argue with Spirit. I'm like, no, the cat can't be named Max. I already had a Max. Melissa calls me the next day and she said, okay, I wasn't going to say this. It's going to sound kind of crazy, but I keep getting that cat's name is Max. So Max came home to live with us. And not surprisingly, he is the best kitty I've ever had. He's so amazing. He's a love bug. He's very chatty. He's just got so much personality. We love him. When we were putting this talk together, I finally realized why his name is Max. Because the first Max that I had was the more surrendered version, right? I had Lucy push through, and then there was Max. But it's never too late to surrender to Spirit. And so Spirit showed me okay, you lost that Max because you were pushing ahead, but here you go. Here's another one. It's never too late. So we have a little picture of our little guy here. And there he is, Max, we call him our rubber nose prince because his little nose looks like it's made out of rubber, and we spoil him. He is also our ministry's mascot because he's a constant reminder of the power of surrender. And so whenever we're feeling like this is too hard, I don't want to do it, I want to argue with Spirit because I have a better idea. I'm sure none of you can relate with that, but I have a better idea, or I want to know what's going to happen. It's too hard. It's too confusing not to know. Or just, when we don't even talk, we just go, We look at this little face and these little eyes, and it reminds us to trust. And it reminds us that when we surrender, we are not giving up. It's not weakness. It's empowered surrender. Because when you are partnering, when you are building that I-thou relationship with Spirit, you become more empowered, more powerful than ever, right? You have Spirit in, and through and all around you. And because of that, life just keeps getting better and better and better, more amazing than anything you would come up with. And it doesn't bite. So please repeat after me. Spirit is so much smarter than I am. And it's never too late to surrender to Spirit. Let's say that one more time. It's never too late to surrender to Spirit. Amen, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much. I don't know, I needed that talk today. That was such a right on par with my life, and I hope many of you feel the same. So I feel like Seaside here in Encinitas has probably the best music program of the spiritual centers. I might be a little biased.
That's pretty good.
But with that being said, would you like to hear more music from Melissa and Z? Yes. Okay, well, please continue bringing radical joy to our stage with some music and our Seaside band.
Woohoo! Thank you to this band, by the way. Y'all are awesome. One of our favorite examples of the I-thou relationship and following Spirit, even in the midst of intense obstacles, is Harriet Tubman. So we wrote a song about her.
No matter where your journey's starting from, there is a voice calling you.
True story. When Harriet Tubman first escaped from slavery, she heard a voice that said, "I want you to help free others." Do you know what Harriet Tubman said to that voice? She said, "No." She said, "Not me." She said, "I can't. I can't." But the voice wouldn't let up. It wouldn't let her be. "I want you to help free others. I want you to help free others." Finally, Harriet Tubman, the woman who would become known as Moses, said yes. Yes. Walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night. Step by step, she followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
You've gotta walk by faith, not by sight. Listen every step of the way. Walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guiding light.
True story. Harriet Tubman, with the help of the Union Army, once freed 750 enslaved people in one day. Can you imagine 750 people? Moses brought them home. The voice of Spirit doesn't mess around. When you listen to that voice, you are never the same. When you listen to that voice, you are free. And it doesn't stop there. You take others with you. The 750 are still alive today. They're your sisters and your brothers in struggle and in pain. They're your doubts and your fears when you say, "I can't," but you can. And you will. When you walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night. Step by step, she followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
You gotta walk by faith, not by sight. Listen every step of the way. let that northern star be your guide.
It wasn't just her people. Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight. Thank you, band. Thank you, Reverend Debbie. Thank you,
Thank you so
Seaside.
much. Thank you, thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Oh my gosh. Gave me God bumps the first time, and again, you guys, just amazing. You're a pretty good partnership. Yeah. Wow,
blessed,
we're
we're
blessed to have you today. Now, you have CDs, right?
Yes, we have our Oh My God Life mini mall out there, and sales help support our ministry. And get on our mailing list because we do free inspirational content. We won't spam you. And on your birthday, you get an original birthday song every year.
Cool.
So
Now, for our online people, how would they
online
connect with
people
you?
want to go to ohmygodlife.com. That's spelled out OHMYGODLIFE.com.
Okay.
And on the front page there, just give us your name and your birthday, and then we'll sign you up.
You get
and
a
stay in touch.
personalized birthday song. Oh my gosh. Great. Who are you going to call? Who are you going to call? Oh, so good to have you here today. This is the time of our service for our offering. It's the time that we get to practice some of these things that actually do increase our walk with Spirit. You know, they do take us deeper. It seems like that doesn't make sense, right? How does this prosperity consciousness and Spirit go together? But it truly is. You know, we live in a world of abundance. So here we, as metaphysicians, we practice the law of reciprocity, that as we give, we receive. It's certainly not the reason to give, but it primes the pump. You know, Dr. Christian always says, just try to outgive God, see if you can, right? So I'd like to invite you to take your offering, whatever you feel called to do at this time, and you can hold it to your heart, or you can just hold it in your hand, as together we say this affirmation. Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of the affluent flow of greater good as my life now. Ushers, Raiders, sorry. Thanks, Raiders. Our Seaside Band. Woo! We have a lot of Maxes here today. We have Max the cat. We have Max, our guitar player. We have Max in the editing room. It's a thing. Our Seaside Band, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for always being here and just being fabulous. Carissa, thank you for being here and walking us through everything. Thank you to Marv, who is on PowerPoint, Matt, who's in the sound booth. We've got Patrick and Max in the editing room. Great job, guys. The first time on their own without their captain. I know they did a great job when we got Ed on camera and Tim on camera and Dee on camera. It's good to have you all here. Thank you so much. Our bookstore is open. We've got the bookstore crafted. Thank you to our usher greeters. Thank you so much for always being here and just taking such good care of us. It does really take all of us to have this service come together. Thank you to our practitioners, Dana and Jessica. Please know they are here for you. It is their joy to pray with you. You can receive a prayer in person today before you leave. Don't leave here with anything on your heart. Get a prayer. If you're online, go to our Zoom prayer room. It is there for you. Go to the website, click on the Zoom room, and it'll take you right there. You can receive a private prayer. They'll put you in a Zoom room with a practitioner, and you can receive a prayer. Thank you, Melissa and Z. We are so blessed to have you kicking off your road trip, knowing that you blessed so many others along the way. Thank you for being here. Oh, my goodness. As I said, Dr. Christian will be back next week. Carissa will be here. Rebecca Jade will be here. Foundations class is starting. Go online and sign up. Or if you'd like to take Journey of the Soul, if you've already taken Foundations, go ahead and sign up for that. I'd love to have you in the class. And we're very, very grateful that you're here today. What we'd like to do now is I'd like to invite Melissa and Z to pray for us.
Sweet Spirit, I invoke that third face of God now to address you as you. Divine One, divine light, divine life. You are all that is, and you are me. Manifesting right now as me, and each and every one of us here in this building, everyone listening, joining us online, and everyone on the planet and beyond. You are manifesting as the light and the love and the divinity and the power and the grace and the wisdom of each and every one of us. And so I speak a word right here, right now, for all of us living lives as you and building a deeper relationship with you. I'm grateful that this relationship grows more as we set the intention, as we find our name to call you, and as we open in prayer, in life, to expanding this relationship, to this connection. And as we do, it deepens our own lives immeasurably, and it deepens the lives of everyone we meet, affecting them with your grace, your love, your beauty, your majesty, your wisdom. And so I am so grateful that this is done in ways more amazing than I would even imagine. And as I release this, if you are in alignment with this prayer, please repeat after me. Amen. Ashe. And so it is.
I am remembering who I
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. And now, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. You know it's true. Let it all affirmation. Repeat. I choose to let Spirit
Spirit
guide
guide
my
my
life. As I do, I'm blessed beyond measure. Say it one more time like you mean it. I choose to let Spirit guide my life. As I do, I am blessed beyond measure. Put your hands on your heart. Make it your truth. I choose to let Spirit guide my life. As I do, I am blessed beyond measure. We love you, Seaside. We'll see you next week. Safe travels this weekend.